Disaster management officials from the Lekwa Teemane local municipality in Bloemhof in the northwest are on high alert following heavy rains in the catchment area of the Vaal River and the opening of a number of sluices at the Vaal Dam. Although no residents living near the banks of the river are in immediate danger, crops grown in the area have been severely affected by the floods. Mpho, Lepedi and Mzwakhe Tshabalala visited the area.
We're crossing live to you from the Vaal River, which is in Bloemhof, whereby we've been told that there are reports that there might be possible flooding, especially flooding that's going to affect most of the people who are living along the dams and also the businesses around the dams. But right now with me, I'm having my guest from the Lekwa Teemane local municipality, Speaker of the municipality, Mpho, who will be able to tell us a little bit more about the situation at hand. Welcome to SABC, Speaker. Tell us a little bit about the situation that we're seeing right now, and then what's the impact of all of this to the municipality?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, I must acknowledge the time that has been accorded to me. These floods have affected us negatively. That cannot be disputed, because we would all agree that the fact that we've got a lot of guest houses that are situated next to the river, most of the people had to evacuate on the basis that the situation was not allowing them to stay there. I must also ask them to indicate that we have also been affected economically, because all the tourists that had booked in had to cancel all their bookings on the basis that the situation would not allow them to visit for leisure next to the Vaal River. But I must also indicate that it affects us severely on the basis that the fishermen are unable to catch the fish, because we know that they are making a living out of catching these fishes and selling them. It then means that in the midst of COVID-19, we're going to be confronted with a reality where a significant number of people are going to be unemployed and have to stay home in the midst of this pandemic, which is epidemic called COVID-19. So it has affected us severely. As I'm speaking to you, we got a report that thousands of hectares of crops have been wiped away by these floods, which then means that a lot of people who are farm workers will then also have to go stay at home without work. So we have been severely affected as a municipality.
So, Mr. Speaker, should the situation worsen, are there any contingency plans in place?
Most definitely, yes. What we are doing as a municipality, we are playing a critical coordinating role, in a sense that from time to time we would activate stakeholders, convene them to a JOC or a joint operation committee meetings, where we do collective planning in terms of ensuring that we get sufficient information as to how many cubics are going to be opened at what time, when and how, so that we have got proper planning in terms of ensuring that we will not have any casualties. So we have got systems in place to ensure that whenever the level goes up, there's sufficient systems in place to ensure that we evacuate whoever will be next to the river.
So, Mr. Speaker, earlier on you spoke about 20% of people who are likely to be affected by all this. Can you just break it down for us and put it in numbers?
It's unfortunate that I will not be able to put it exactly in numbers, but the report that we got is that those that are below the flood line have already evacuated, and the municipality has, like I've already alluded to, say we are assisting in terms of coordinating. We had to coordinate SABC, for example, to ensure that they escort whoever who was evacuating, because ordinarily when people evacuate, you would have this element of criminal activities that would want to crop in. So that's why it becomes critical for SABS to be part of the evacuation. So most definitely, yes, I think we, as a municipality, we must agree that wherever the situation gets worse, we'll be able to manage it. Yes.
That was Lekwa Teemane, Speaker of the municipality, Mpho, telling us about the impact of the whole situation of flooding in terms of having to affect most of the farmers and their crops. It's going to also affect the tourism of the region. It's also going to affect the fishermen who are also making a living out of this.